All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Beer Tree Brew Company, and they're out of Port Crane, New York, and this is their Feeling Cute, the Blackberry, Graham Cracker, and Vanilla variant. So this is a Milkshake IPA that is brewed with the aforementioned 3 ingredients, along with lactose, comes in at 7.1% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just over 3 weeks old. So apparently they have a base version of this, or maybe it was the original version, that instead of blackberry and graham cracker, it's strawberry and banana, which sounds fantastic to me, but this is the one that I saw and the one that I picked up, and yeah, sounds pretty good to me. I don't review a lot of milkshake IPAs on my channel. More often than not, if I have an IPA that has, you know, a bunch of different adjuncts and fruits and whatnot, typically it's a sour IPA, so I don't do a lot of milkshake IPAs, but this one just kind of, you know, spoke to me a little bit, you know. I mean, it has blackberry and graham cracker and vanilla, and you know, thinking kind of like a blackberry crumble or a blackberry pie. But yeah, it sounds pretty good. For the hops, the IPA portion of the show, they are using Mosaic, Citra, and Belma. So anyway, let's get it into glass, see what we got going on. Beer Tree now officially has distribution to the Buffalo area. So I've seen a bunch of their beers now show up in a lot of my local bottle shops, and man, am I happy, because I think they make pretty damn good beer. So yeah, wow, that has a very interesting look to it. That looks crazy milky. Wow. So I thought it was going to be a little bit darker based on the fact they're using blackberries, but I mean, it has like, you know, a blackberry tinge to it, but that looks like almost like a grayish tinge of basically purple. It's very murky and turbid. It looks crazy. Has about a quarter of a finger of this, it was like an off-white, almost light purplish head that is now dissipated to a thin film. But yeah, that poured out a little bit different than I anticipated. Very milky looking. Let's get a nose. So definitely picking up some kind of berry note. I wouldn't necessarily say blackberry. If I was doing this blind, I would say maybe blueberry. Definitely has a darker berry component. Oh, I just got the graham cracker. The vanilla is there for both the lactose and the vanilla itself. Kind of smells, honestly, this isn't a sour, but it kind of has like a blackberry yogurt or blackberry parfait kind of aroma to it. It's sweeter. Get the tartness a little bit from the berries itself. Like I said, it's not really sour smell, it just has a little bit of tartness. And then it has this really nice tropical, almost melon kind of component to it from, I'd imagine, you know, all the hops in there, the IPA portion of the show. Get like a fleshy honeydew kind of hop, a little bit of like a watermelon. In addition to that, more stone fruits and tropical. I'll take it back. A little bit peach, apricot, mango, things like that. Like I said, the graham cracker is there. Listen, this doesn't really smell like a huge IPA. Milkshake IPA? You know what? I'd say probably so. I mean, it has enough of the IPA characteristics from the hops that I would say this does have IPA characteristics to it. At the same time, this definitely smells more of like a fruit beer, more so than probably a milkshake IPA, but it smells pretty good, so let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. There's a shit ton of vanilla in there, holy Christ. Okay, so yeah, it's a milkshake IPA. So we'll talk about the body first. Body, this is like medium, higher side of medium body at 7.1%. It has a nice oomph behind it, probably from the blackberries you're using and whatnot, graham cracker. Just, it has a nice base to it as far as the body's concerned. I'd say higher side of medium body, really nice. The mouthfeel, soft, smooth, creamy. Lactose is being used in here. It makes sense. They're probably using oats as well, maybe some flaked wheat. Yeah, body mouthfeel, spot on. The taste, though, really cool and quite unique. Right up front, I'm hit with that. It's kind of like a blackberry parfait. You get graham cracker, you're getting blackberries. Again, if I was doing this blind, I'd say, honestly, it's kind of like a boysenberry, right? Kind of like a hybrid. Maybe even just straight on blueberry. It has like a tart berry component and a tart darker berry. I wouldn't be able to say blackberries if I was doing this blind, though. How many times can I say it in the review? Probably about 400. We've only said it like 3 or 4, but we're on our way. Trust me. But no, yeah, so blackberry, dark berry, whatever up front, graham cracker, and a lot of vanilla. And that carries on throughout the palate. Mid-palate, the IPA portion sneaks in. It has stone fruit, peach, apricot, a little bit of like an overripened pineapple. That melon thing I was getting in the nose really not carrying over to the taste too much. It finishes with a pretty high residual sweetness, slight dryness, and like a low to moderate bitterness. You can kind of tell, like I said, it's an IPA because a little bit, it's like right in between a low to moderate bitterness. So it's not like a moderate bitterness where you'd get in a lot of IPAs, but it's also not real low. That's typically associated with, say, Milkshake IPAs or New England style IPAs. I can't tell you this is 7.1%. It's drinking like it's 5.5. This is really nice. I like it. Not the most complex Milkshake IPA I've ever had, but if you're in the mood for an IPA, but you want something more, maybe you want some fruit in there, maybe you want more of a vanilla kick, this would be the beer that I'd say seek out, because the berries are showing, the vanilla is showing, the lactose is showing from both the mouthfeel and extra vanilla on the palate. You're getting the IPA portion. It's a lean sweeter on the palate as opposed to, more bitter or dry. And it's just really easy to drink. I'm digging it. Yeah, good beer. I don't think it's anything mind-blowing, but as far as a Milkshake IPA goes, it actually has IPA characteristics, which is, tough. I've mentioned this before with sour IPAs. A lot of times I don't get, the hop character that you should associate with the sour IPA. Same thing with Milkshake IPAs. I think a lot of times the adjuncts kind of carry the beer and you're just left with a hint of IPA. I think this has more than that. So I think it's relatively well balanced from that perspective. It does lean, like I said, to the sweeter side. So if you don't have a sweet tooth or you don't want sweetness in your Milkshake IPAs, which again, that just sounds stupid to me, because if you're drinking a Milkshake IPA, you probably want some sweetness, whether it's from the fruit or vanilla or whatever they throw in it. So at the end of the day, feeling cute, the Blackberry graham cracker and vanilla variant from Beer Tree, I'm going to go high 4 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.1 out of 5. I am digging this one. Again, I've been saying this a lot here in the late fall, early winter stages. I think this would be better in the spring, summertime, warmer months. Makes more sense. But I will say that I'm really enjoying this one right now as well. It's just a damn good beer. Price and availability, I think this was $18 a 4-pack where I bought it. Picked this up at, where the hell did I pick this up at? Brewed and Bottled in Lewiston, New York. I was for a second like, oh, no, not Brewed and Bottled. I actually picked this up at Aurora Brew Works in East Aurora, New York. I think this was $4.50 a can, so $18 a 4-pack. I don't know what it was at the brewery. I'd imagine somewhere in that range. For a Milkshake IPA with those 3 ingredients and everything going on, I think that's pretty good value. And availability, pretty much in Western New York, throughout the central part of New York State as well. They've been up in their distribution game, and we see them now here in the Western New York area. So if you're watching this review and you are in the Western New York area, yeah, you can get Beer Tree. It's pretty readily available at this point. So yeah, cool stuff. Really happy Beer Tree is here. Now I have a couple other beers that I'm going to be reviewing from them that sound quite delicious. So yeah, anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review. Till the next one, cheers.